next 20 minutes, I want your attention, please, guys. Okay? So, how many of you know which Eid is this? What does that mean?
It was when Imam Mehdi got his imamat, and also when
Speak up, just a minute. Yeah.
it was when Imam Mehdi got his imamat, and it was also when Yazid Mukhtar got the revenge of Imam Hussein. And
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. You want to say something? Okay, yeah.
It was when Mukhtar brought the heads of Imam Hussein's qatil to Imam Sajjad.
Great. So, Alright. So, how do you celebrate this Eid? What do you do about this Eid, right? Why are you so happy about it? Let's put it this way. Why are you so happy? Yeah.
It's because Imam Sajjad smiled for the first time after the event of Karbala and Sham happened, and also because Imam Mehdi got his imamat.
Okay. So we are happy because Imam Mehdi got his imamat started, right? So one imam is stopped or being killed or martyred, the other is started the imamat, right? So is it more of a responsibility? Is it more of a commitment? What is it for you? What is that for you? If Imam Mehdi alayhi salatu wasalam started his imamat on 9th of Rabiul Awwal, every imam did that, right? 8th of Rabiul Awwal, one imam got martyred. On 9th, the next day or the next very second in time, our imam started a imamat, right? So we are happy, which is fine, because this is the 12th imam. But at the same time, is it more of a responsibility? It's more of a commitment to our imam, or is just an Eid that we just celebrate and being happy about it? Just one day before, this is the first day of imamat of 12th imam, right? 9th of Rabiul Awwal. 8th of Rabiul Awwal was his father martyred. Okay? So, is it a day of happiness for him? For our imam? One day before his father was martyred. So what is it? We only are happy about this day if we think that we are committing ourselves to our imam. Right? When we believe that this has been, please guys, I said for 20-25 minutes, no crosstalk. Right? If we only think and we say to our imam that your father was killed just to guide me, I am here and I will accept what you will teach me. Alright? Now I start asking questions which are again very fundamental in nature. How many of you believe that you are a human being? Raise your hand. The people who are not raising their hand don't believe that they are human beings. Is there anyone who believes that he is not a human being? Raise his hand. So everyone think, is there anyone who thinks he is not a human being? Please. So everyone is a human being, am I right? How do you guys prove that you are a human being? So what is the reason in your mind, if I ask you, prove that you are a human being, how would you do that? How would you prove that you are a human being, man? Yes, I want to hear an answer.
Because I walk like a human.
Walk like a human being. How good is that? Yes.
because I have all the features of a human being.
You have all the features of a human being.
I stand on two.
Huh?
I stand on two legs.
You stand on two legs, okay?
I have the intellect.
Huh?
I have the intellect of a human.
You have the intellect of the human being. Just hold it there. What are the features of a human being in your mind?
Like desire, intellect, organ, skin.
Organ, skin. I'll come back to you. You have the best as of now the answer.
We have the same senses.
Huh?
Senses.
Senses. Cool. Hold it there, right? I'll come back to you. Anyone else? Anyone?
Because I got 2 eyes.
You got 2 eyes, okay? 2 legs, 2 eyes. So anything who gets 2 eyes becomes a human being. Basically. Dog has 2 eyes, right? Cat has 2 eyes. So they have 2 more legs. Okay.
You can't control your life.
Huh?
You can't control your life.
You can't control your life. Animals can't do.
I've got the shape.
You got the shape. You look like a human being.
Knowledge and iman.
Knowledge and iman. Cool. Yes.
We have like a complex mind where we have intellect, desire, and like.
Intellect, desire. Okay, now this is now getting refined. A human being, one definition can be that I look like a human being and therefore I am a human being. Now, if you look like a human being, there is one thing which you have to think about. A human being in Africa and a human being in America and a human being in Australia and a human being in Pakistan, in India, why they all look like the same?
They're all created by the same. They're all created by Allah.
Because
They're all creations of Allah.
the all creation of Allah. Now, I'm not saying to reach down to who has created them. What is the biggest indication if I say that any part of the world, you look at any human being, he will have 2 eyes, 2 legs, standing up, a head, ears.
African people and white people don't look the same.
Oh no, come on, don't go to that level. Please don't go to that level.
That's the shape given by Allah.
No, I'm looking for something. Allah, you are right, but no.
They all have the level of intellect.
They all have the level. No. See, the reason what I'm trying to say is this. They all look like the same. It kind of tells me only one message, that they were created by one. Allah or whatever you believe in, whoever think that who has created it. But at least the one signal is because they all look like the same, they are all made by one creator. Right? Everyone has a tongue from which he speaks. Everyone has 2 hands, 2 legs. Now, wait, guys. When I ask you a question, I will give you the time. But my point again is still, if you look like a human being, the feature of human being like 2 eyes and 2 legs, is that all you have to prove that you are a human being? What is the definition of a human being in your mind?
A person who has the willpower.
Person.
A person who has the willpower to choose between intellect or desire.
Very good.
A person who like can choose if they follow their intellect or their desire.
Very good point. Any other definition of human being? Anyone? And human being can catch. Yeah. Any other definition? Do we have a marker? Do we have a marker here? Yes. Yeah.
Human beings, they wear clothes and shoes and all that.
They wear clothes. Very good point. Very good point. Only human beings, apart from all the creation, wear clothes. Right? And why is that? Very good point. Very good point. And why is that?
To cover our bodies.
To cover our bodies. Very good point. But why Allah made this choice that only human beings in His whole creation has to wear clothes, while others, they all are free from this responsibility. Any thoughts? Yes.
Because of the private parts. It's because of your genitals.
Sorry?
It's because of your genitals.
Genitals. Oh, every animal has it.
I have a different thought. If we were all made by a same person, why don't animals look just like us?
Great. So the point is, if animals were created by the same creator and we are created by the same creator, why are we different? This is your point, right? Cool. Any answers?
We've been given the intellect so that we know that we should cover up our private parts.
Okay. No, you are answering to him, right? You are answering to him, but what he said, I'll come back to your question, right? Let me complete my, do we have a marker for this? Okay, yes. So now the definition of a human being is that a being, a creation, a creation, a body in which you have two forces. One is a positive force and one is the evil force. Right? And then you have a controlling or decision power, which is your intellect, your brain, which can select what he wants to do. Right? This power that you can accept a definition of anything which you want to do. Please guys, what I said to you, if I see you talking again, you will sit somewhere else, okay? It is your choice, guys. It is your choice for every action that you will have two forces and you will select one. You are not forced to do something up to certain extent. Dogs or any other animal will not have that level of choice the way you are having the choice. Right? He might select what he wants to eat, but he will not be able, or it will not be able to select his beliefs and act according to his belief. Now, next question is, how this being will know what is good and what is bad? I'm not forgetting your question, right? I'm coming.
By the path of Islam.
Path of Islam, this is too higher of an answer, which is right, but I want to be very fundamental.
Human beings all have like different emotions and desires.
Brain. Okay. Anyone else?
Willpower?
Willpower, very good point.
Our intellect and moral sense.
Intellectual and moral sense. Same.
The same thing what Qasim said.
Okay, so what I think is, so sources for this human being is first your senses. Somebody said Islam. Right? Someone else could say Christianity. Someone else could say Hinduism. Buddhism, whatever. So now this is your choice, what I'm trying to say. To tell your brain what is good or what is bad, what is your source of telling you what is good? Maybe parents, maybe teachers, Madressa. Madressa. Whoever can tell you, grandparents can tell you good or bad. Now you will select the source of what will define for you good and what will define for you is bad. The other choice you have, instead of external sources, you have your internal source of your own desire. You define it yourself. I am telling you not to speak, but you in your desire say, forget it, I want to speak. Right? So, all of these forces will tell you or will try to tell you what is good and what is bad. Once you make this decision in your mind that from where you will accept the definition of good and bad, that's where we say we accepted Islam or we not accept Islam. When you give the right to someone to define good and bad for you, then he becomes your guide. Our Imam becomes our guide when you give him the right to tell you what is right, what is good and what is bad. Unless you have given this right to your Imam is not your Imam. The one in you who defines good for you and bad for you is your Imam. If you decide that no, regardless of whoever is saying whatever, I am following my desire, your desire is your Imam. Does that make sense to you? Does it? That means what? If your desire is saying go and sleep, and your Imam is saying wake up and offer prayers, who will win? Your desire will win. So Imam lost. Right at the first instance of the morning, Imam lost the battle. Desire won. Who is your Imam? Who is your God? Desire or Imam or Allah? Allah is saying, no, what you said, Allah is saying wake up and offer prayers. Or Allah is saying follow your parents. Right? And your desire is saying, oh, no need, my parents are just too old, I don't want to listen to them. Or I am not waking up, this is too difficult for me. So who won? So who is my Imam?
Can't really say who won because it depends on what you choose and your intellect.
So I'm telling you a scenario, right? So your intellect, you know, I said a human being will always have two choices. And who will define what is good and what is bad is become your guide. So when you are saying you are a Christian, or when you are saying you are a Hindu, and when you are saying you are a Buddhist, whoever, that means you are saying that I will take my definition of good and bad from this definition of good and bad. If I am saying I am a Muslim or I accept Islam, that means I am telling myself that my brain will accept good what Islam says it is good. Now, right at the start, you guys were saying that you guys are celebrating 9th Rabiul Awwal because your Imam started his Imamat. And from that point now I am asking you a question. What I know of 12th Imam, he wanted all the human beings to accept good what he defines and what his parents defined good. So if you accept that good which his parents defined, one example is in the morning, he expects you to wake up and offer prayers. And your desire is saying, no, just go and sleep. Who, in your intellect, how will you make a choice? If he says, no, my desire will win and I will continue to sleep, that means your intellect selected your desire more than your Imam. So, you selected in the morning that your actual Imam is your desire. So why, when I have selected my desire to be my Imam, why am I happy on 9th of Rabiul Awwal that my Imam has started his Imamat, but I am actually not following him? He is just happy for himself and we just happy for being happy. Does that make sense to you what I'm saying? Does it? So, the another twist in the story is this. Most of the religions, that means your sources of good and bad, generally tells you same good. For example, every religion will tell you speaking truth is good, telling a lie is bad. Right? Make sense or no? Yes?
I don't want to say anything.
You don't want to say anything? But did you hear anything? Did you hear anything? Don't worry, don't worry. All I'm saying was, every religion, anything, anyone who is guiding you, will primarily tell you that everything is good, which is good. For example, speaking truth is good. Everyone says that, right? Christian believe speaking truth is the right path, deceiving others are bad, right? Cheating others is a bad thing, helping others is a good thing. Every religion does that. So okay, let me ask you two questions. What is the difference now with all of our discussion between a human being and an animal?
Unlike unlike animals, we came in this world as a test, and this is because for animals, this is not like the actual world.
Okay. Have you ever heard that Allah sent some prophets and books and imams for any animal? Huh? So animals don't need guidance because they are not selecting anything or anything good or bad. Only human beings were offered this service by Allah, that Allah sent some prophets and imam for guiding us, telling us what is good and what is bad. So the next question, similarly, as human beings needed guidance because they had the intellect, Allah gave us the respect over every other creation, that He gave us clothes to hide ourselves, to save ourselves. Because we had that intellect which tells us if it is hot, wear this kind of a cloth. If it is cold, wear this kind of a cloth. Right? Because you can choose. Therefore, you have this option. This is a respect which Allah gave to us human beings, because He believes that you are respectful. And you are the only one as human beings who were offered this service by Allah, that He sent His own prophets, His own books to you, only to define good and bad for you. Now, when you said your desire will win and Imam will lose, how can you make your Imam win by yourself every day? By
changing your desire.
By changing my desire. Okay, something better.
Or maybe put an alarm, or if you cannot, try your best to wake up.
Not only for prayers.
Resist your desires.
Resist your desire. No. Don't resist your desire. Just fulfill your desire the way Imam said to fulfill it. No, Islam doesn't say that you have to restrict your desire or change your desire. Just fulfill. The method of fulfilling the desire is to be according to the saying of Imam. That's all. All the desires which you have you created your own desires? Who created hunger? Who created sleep?
Allah.
Allah. So all the desires which I am getting, who created them? My creator. Right? So he created the desire. He created the hunger. Right? So what is only by fulfilling my desire according to the teaching of Islam? For example, if I want to sleep, wake up, offer prayers, go back to sleep. So nobody is saying to give up your desire. Is there anyone? Islam doesn't say to give up your desire. Don't sleep. Islam doesn't want you to be wake up every day. Right? 24 hours. Don't sleep. Like you are yawning. Right? Doesn't say. It only says fulfill the desire. Every desire can be fulfilled. Only in the way Imam told you. Or Islam told you. So, finally, last 3 minutes. What is the difference between a Muslim and a non-Muslim? When you say you are a Muslim, and when someone says that you are not, he is not or she is not, is there any difference, first of all? First of all, is there any difference between a Muslim and a non-Muslim?
One difference is that we believe in
The
one.
first question is there a difference?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
They have many different beliefs.
Only in the beliefs.
Maybe they have different they live differently.
They live differently. Okay. So there are differences. Yeah? Okay.
So, a Muslim is someone who believes in Islam.
Believes in Islam. No, I'm saying,
They-
is there a difference?
The difference is that a non-Muslim does different acts, and like
Okay, different acts.
They dress differently.
Dress differently. Dress, okay.
the difference is like non-Muslims drink alcohol and
They drink alcohol. All right, guys, I think you're not reaching to my point. Okay, let me change my question. How many of you are Muslim? Everyone? Why did you choose to, guys, please. Why did you choose to be a Muslim? Why have you chosen to be a Muslim?
Because Allah is my God and my parents.
Your parent told you to be a Muslim?
No, because my parents are Muslim.
Your parents are Muslim because that's why we are a Muslim. Oh man, unfortunate. Anyone, why you chose your religion to be Islam?
because I read the Quran and I as a kid, and then I found that Allah is the actual creator.
Okay, cool, very nice.
Allah wanted us to be Muslims.
Allah wanted us to be Muslim.
Because Islam, according to our intellect, it makes more sense to us compared to other religions.
So you have evaluated in your brain other religions and you found this is the most attractive one? I mean, I'm impressed.
Allah guided us.
Allah guided you. Wow, what a beautiful. Yeah.
I saw my community and they were Muslim.
So you, okay.
Like I wanted someone to like lead me, like the one who created me.
Most of the answers are that we are a Muslim because our community is Muslim, our parents were Muslim. So we haven't chosen our religion. Am I right? We are Muslim because we are born Muslim. Okay? So what is the difference between you, a Muslim, a born Muslim, and a Hindu, born Hindu? Because Allah created him in a Hindu family, he became Hindu. And Allah sent you in a Muslim family, you became a Muslim. And then Allah will send him in the hell and send you in the Jannah. Man, you guys are so lucky. Huh? And Hindus are had so bad luck that they were just created in a Hindu family. That's it.
Because, like other religion, people born in other religions have like are lucky because they are able to learn more about Islam. But people who are born in as Muslim don't learn much about Islam because they think that they're going to heaven.
Man, if you are a born Muslim, you have additional responsibility. You will have to go one step further. And if they are not on the right religion, they have only one test to pass. That they have to come to the right path. As you said, someone there, that there are differences in a Muslim and a non-Muslim. And it's not just by the dress or by the kind of food they eat. What is the difference between a Muslim and a non-Muslim?
A Muslim is
You said you became Muslim because of Quran, right?
like
So you have to tell me what is the difference between a Muslim and a non-Muslim.
a Muslim is a person who finds Allah the right creator. They believe him
Beautiful answer. Yes,
very
go ahead.
well. But a non-Muslim, they don't have to be born like Hindu or Buddha. They just don't choose to follow Allah.
Great. Very good answer.
Non-Muslims are able to like fulfill their desires without using intellect, or they restrict their
No, no,
desires
no, no,
fully.
no.
Wait.
Man, wait. Okay, go.
But Muslims are able to follow their desires and also follow Allah at the same time.
Good. See, everyone thinks that he is believing in the right creator. Right? That's why Allah ordered us to respect everyone. And don't say even bad words to the wrong gods they are believing. But at the same time, thank Him that you are not on the wrong path. The issue is this, the difference between a human being and animal and a Muslim and a non-Muslim is the way he acts. You are a human being only if you act differently than an animal. You are a Muslim only, not just because of your beliefs. Because beliefs are deceives at certain times. Islam doesn't accept you only based on your beliefs. Amanu wa amilu solihat. Every time Islam accept only. So this is the difference between a Muslim and a non-Muslim. Hello guys, look at me. Last part of my discussion is this. The only difference between a human being and an animal is the way you act. And the only difference between a Muslim and a non-Muslim is the way you act. Your beliefs doesn't give you any passport to Jannah.
So a person born Muslim, like they would follow that religion, but people that are born like Hindu or Buddha, they're not unlucky. Just they have another chance to.
Cool. Very good point. Very good point. The people who are born outside Islam, they are not unlucky. They are the same luck as we. Oops. Because we are tested and they are tested also. Our main test is our action. Their main test is their belief. Right? And unless you demonstrate a difference in your acting, in your actions, you are the same. You just don't think that you are a human being because you have two legs. That doesn't make you a human being. Sorry to say. Just because you look like a human being doesn't make you a human being. unless you act and take the responsibility that you will accept good and bad. You will fight against the bad inside you. And the only way to become a Muslim is not just by saying that you are a Muslim, is when you start accepting what Islam tells you the good. When your source of good become Islam, then only you become Muslim. And when you start selecting the good with your intellect, you become human being. Because a parrot can recite Surah Al-Hamd better than you. A parrot can recite Surah Qul Huwallah better than you. A parrot can recite Kalma Shahadat better than you. Will he become Muslim, Mu'min, human being? Because you taught a parrot to recite Kalma? He becomes bigger Mu'min than any other Mu'min? Huh? Why? Why is the parrot so unlucky that even after he is saying the kalma, he cannot become a Muslim?
Because of how it acts.
Sorry?
Because of how the parrot acts.
Exactly. He had no choice to select his action. Every other thing Allah said, every other creation is Muslim, but by force. Only human beings have the choice for being a Muslim or being a non-Muslim. So only you are the one who will select and have to prove that whether you are a human being or you are not a human being. You are born a human being and you are born a Muslim. You are born a Mu'min. That doesn't give you any right to think that you are better than anyone else. Does that make sense? Yeah. Any other question? Any other question, man? Sorry?
What about people with mental disabilities?
Okay, good point. Do we have time? 2 or 3 minutes? Okay. Anyone who is being created with any disability, mental or physical, if he is in mental disorder, he is actually not enjoying the full right of a human being. He is a symbol for us to know that we have got a blessing and he has not got a blessing. Allah could have created me without that blessing. He is a message for me. And because he does not enjoy the same intellectual power, he is not at the human being level. He is not tested there. Make sense? If a person who is blind, he is not taking the test of eyes. He is out of the test because he does not get it. He did not get that facility of test. Anything which you have got in this world, eyes, hands, tongue, any other thing, any other power, is not because you were so very special, because not you were so very important for Allah. It's because you are under the test, man. It's not a blessing, it's a test. If you are not passing it, that blessing which you are thinking is the worst punishment for you. So if you are not passing the exam of eyes, eyes will become the worst of the punishments. If you are not passing the exam of your tongue, you would pray that you would have born deaf. Yeah.
Yeah, but what happens to them after they die?
Yeah, so they are not under the test, right? So they are just passed. Like dogs, like animals. Dogs are not under that test, right? The only two creations who are under the test are jinns and human beings. Only these two creations are under the test. So lucky you, you are under the test. The more you have got, the harder is the test. You got your intellect, you are in the intellect test. You got money, you are under the money test. You got your legs are under the test. This is Islam. This is what makes you Muslim. When you accept Islam, you accept this definition that I am created for being tested. Now some other one can say, hey, you are created for having fun. And guess what? Last thing, maybe fifth time last thing, is when is the test going to be over? Nobody knows. No guarantees, man. No guarantees. A young kid of 6 months old can die tomorrow, and an old person of 98 years old can still survive for the next 10 years. No guarantees. So if you are thinking you have enough time, sorry, you never know. You never know. Either you have to make a call now, or your test will be over before you even think. So act as much as you can. I'm signing off on this statement. Thank you very much, guys.